Well, as you know, John and his crew are in the Big Apple right now covering the New York Auto Show. And boy, howdy, there's a lot of news coming out of Manhattan this year. Even before things kicked off this morning, automakers hosted a raft of pre-show reveals. Here's Captain Johnny with the latest from the city that never sleeps.
AutoLine's coverage of the New York Auto Show is brought to you by Audi, truth in engineering.
We want to thank Audi for bringing you this sponsorship of our coverage from the New York Auto Show. There's all kinds of things going on tonight, even though the show really doesn't start till tomorrow. You got Fisker and BMW and Mini and Porsche and Jaguar, and inside here, Nissan's unveiling the Taxi of Tomorrow, and it is total bedlam in there.
I think it's great. You know, we have been involved in the competition. It's almost 2 years ago, and you know, there's a lot of other. Like a famous company, and they have a lot of, history. And we are the newcomer for this taxi segment. And New York City chosen us, which means a lot for us. And this is going to be, as the mayor said, we want to make this icon of New York City. And we are very proud of being selected at Taxi for Tomorrow.
There's interest in Beijing to take this property as soon as the show is over and ship it to Beijing. There's dialogue now in London talking about potential cab business for Nissan in London, Toronto, other municipalities, so it's exciting.
So we left the Nissan event, we tore across town to come to Fisker to see what they were going to unveil, and they pulled the wraps off the Atlantic. I ran into Richard Beatty, the chief marketing officer, and asked him when this car might show up.
Well, we haven't committed to a final date yet, but we've always said that this is a prototype. Behind this vehicle is a lot of structural and CAD/CAM engineering. So the thing is, we need the final round of financing support to go and commit to do this car. So we're not going to overpromise and underdeliver. Once we get the financing secure, then we'll start talking about the dates.
Can you believe it? Land Rover actually built an off-road course in Midtown Manhattan. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little taste of what's happening on the eve of the New York Auto Show, and we'll have a whole lot more of what's going on here for you tomorrow.
It's about 16 feet from snout to tail. But I ain't seen anything that size move like that. Not in these conditions.
Lots of interesting stuff coming out of New York this year. One vehicle that's really caught my eye is the Fisker Atlantic. It's going to be the company's volume car since the Karma is just so damned expensive. But like the story we did before the break, where's it going to get built? Delaware or not, in my book, it absolutely must be assembled in the United States. If it's not, Fisker stands to lose lots of government money, some of which the company may have already received. And that makes zero sense from a business standpoint. Can they pull it off? It's a tough question. You see, for startups in the auto manufacturing business, the second car is always the hardest for a company to build. Because the expense for things like distribution, marketing, warranty costs, and buying parts to build your existing car have to be dealt with while burning up capital with new vehicle engineering and manufacturing costs. Second cars are usually the ones that break the backs of fledgling automakers.